Welcome back to our Words of Easter and Pentecost meditations. Our second word is signs. When your familiar landscape has shifted, when your accustomed way of seeing things has become clouded by fear, you look for a sign, a familiar marker, an indicator that you're not lost. You look for an assurance that you can and you will find your way. A sign is an indicator, visible evidence, an affirmation that you're moving in the right direction. A sign can be an action or a gesture that teaches or reveals. Having no signs is where the disciples find themselves as they sit in a frightening space of not knowing. Their teacher has undergone public execution, as public as his ministry, with which they were openly associated. And now the tomb is unsealed, the stone rolled away, and his body is not there. Of course, the disciples are huddled behind locked doors. Of course, they are gripped with fear, knowing that they could be next. Thomas, it seems, has drawn the short straw. Someone, after all, has to go out and fetch provisions. So he is not in the room when the risen Lord appears through the locked doors, visits briefly, and leaves. When Thomas returns, he's not really buying the story that Jesus has come through the locked doors. I'll never believe it, he says, until I probe the nail prints in his hands and put my hand into his wounded side. Doubting Thomas. Shame on him. And secretly, we feel his shame when we don't believe that the risen Lord might unexplainably appear to us, especially through the locked doors of our paralyzed hearts. But we can see Thomas differently. I sense that Thomas is not so much doubting as discerning, telling Christian community, telling you, telling me, if the Jesus whom you follow has no nail scars, he's not worth following. Thomas is telling us, pay attention. The Apostle Paul warns that the Christ-centered life does not demand signs, yet signs do appear everywhere, affirming the way forward, inward, and through the hard work of transformation in the risen Christ. Even signs which are no signs, dark night, for example, hold us secure in hope for what is unseen, but very present nonetheless. And here's the point. Signs are not so much proofs as encouragements, the lamp that lights the path for our next step. So you can ask yourself, do I freeze up until I get a sign or proof that I'm on the right path? Or do I walk confidently, open to being led, open to course correction? What story comes to mind? I invite you to go deeper into these meditations with my Words of Easter and Pentecost booster pack. You'll get my talking points with room to write, plus an office hour with me. It's a wonderful opportunity to talk one-to-one about what has stirred for you in these meditations. It's waiting for you in my store. And check out my book, 7 Last Words and 8 Words of Easter, gospel-based meditations for your journey to Pentecost. Please like, comment, and share this series, and subscribe to my channel. It's free to learn of future postings. In our third word of Easter, we'll explore daybreak. See you soon.